Imagine a military unit where the mightiest weapon was not a gun, but a set of inflatable tanks. This isn't fiction, it's the true story of the Ghost Army, their mission to trick and mislead. Today, we're going to explore how this unit's extraordinary tactics of deception played a crucial role in defeating one of history's most formidable armies. In the heart of World War II, January 1944, the United States Army embarked on a groundbreaking mission by forming the 23rd Headquarters Special Troops, more famously known as the Ghost Army. This unit was a radical departure from conventional military forces. It was a unique ensemble of artists, architects, engineers, and set designers. Their mission, to deploy the art of deception against Nazi Germany, inspired by British tactics used in North Africa against the German Field Marshal Erwin Rommel, the Desert Fox. The Ghost Army's objective was clear yet audacious: to deceive Hitler's forces about the size and location of Allied troops. This strategic deception was intended to mislead, confuse, and misdirect the enemy, giving real Allied forces time to maneuver without detection. Assembled at Camp Forest, Tennessee, and later at Camp Pine, New York, now Fort Drum, the Ghost Army was a melting pot of creativity and military strategy. These men, far from ordinary soldiers, were about to embark on a journey where inflatable tanks, fake radio transmissions, and sound effects would become their weapons of war. Departing for the United Kingdom in early May 1944, they were a crucial part of the grand strategy leading up to the D-Day landings. The Ghost Army, a unique ensemble of creative minds, turned the art of war into a literal art. Their toolbox, a remarkable array of deceptive techniques that would make any illusionist proud. Firstly, the visual deception. The Ghost Army created an entire fake army using inflatable tanks, jeeps, and artillery pieces. These convincing replicas, when viewed from enemy lines or aerial reconnaissance, created the illusion of a formidable force. By night, they silently erected these dummies. By day, they watched as German planes flew over, deceived by the false display of power below. Next, the unit employed sonic deception, an ingenious method that involved broadcasting recorded sounds of troops, tanks, and artillery. These sounds were played from powerful speakers mounted on vehicles, and they could be heard up to 15 miles away. The effect was stunning. To any eavesdropping enemy, it sounded like a massive army was maneuvering in the area, where in reality it was just a handful of Ghost Army soldiers operating audio equipment. Finally, there was radio deception. This involved creating fake radio traffic, meticulously mimicking the communication styles of different Allied units. The Ghost Army's radio operators were skilled in sending misleading messages, crafting an elaborate network of phantom military movements. They convincingly imitated the radio chatter of real military units, further confounding German intelligence and leading them to believe in large troop concentrations and movements where none existed. The Ghost Army, a unit synonymous with ingenuity and deception, played pivotal roles in various operations throughout World War II. Their contributions, often shrouded in secrecy, were instrumental in several key Allied victories. During the D-Day landings, the Ghost Army's role was to divert German attention from Normandy. While real Allied forces stormed the beaches, this unit, stationed elsewhere, created elaborate deceptions suggesting imminent attacks in different locations. Their success in misleading German forces to Pas-de-Calais was a significant factor in the operation's overall success. Post-D-Day, the Ghost Army's operations spanned across Europe, each time employing their unique skills to create confusion and misdirection. In France, they mounted operations near the Maginot Line, misleading German forces about the strength and locations of Allied troops. Their efforts led to the Germans misallocating their defenses, thereby easing the Allied advance. In the Battle of Brest, the Ghost Army played a crucial role in securing the city. They created an illusion of a massive force surrounding Brest, leading the Germans to believe they faced a much larger enemy than was actually present. This deception allowed Allied forces to capture the city with significantly fewer casualties. Another notable operation took place in the Hürtgen Forest, a fiercely contested region. Here, the Ghost Army simulated the presence of large troop concentrations and heavy artillery, which caused the Germans to divert forces that could have otherwise reinforced their defensive lines. The Ghost Army also played a vital role during the operation in the Rhine region. By simulating the crossing of large forces, they managed to keep German troops tied up in anticipation of an assault that never came. This allowed the real Allied forces to focus on strategic targets with reduced enemy resistance. In Belgium, the Ghost Army contributed to the Battle of the Bulge, one of the war's most significant engagements. Here they employed their full repertoire of deceptive tactics, including inflatable tanks and fake radio transmissions, to create a sense of a large-scale build-up, thus misleading German reconnaissance and intelligence efforts. The unit's operations were not just limited to large-scale battles. They also conducted smaller, yet equally critical missions. These included setting up dummy airfields, creating the illusion of bustling troop movements in deserted areas, and even mimicking repair works on bridges to suggest strategic interest in specific locations. Their activities extended to the coastlines, where they simulated naval invasions, drawing German forces away from the actual landing zones. This tactic was crucial in operations that required amphibious landings, as it reduced the concentration of German defenses along the real invasion beaches. The Ghost Army's operations had a multifaceted impact. The psychological impact on German troops, constantly second-guessing the Allies' true intentions, was another significant, albeit less tangible, effect of their operations. Operation Viersen alone stands as a testament to the strategic brilliance of the Ghost Army. In March 1945, as the Allies prepared for a crucial phase of the war, the Ghost Army was tasked with one of their most ambitious deceptions yet. The operation was centered around the Rhine River, a significant geographical and psychological barrier in the war. The real Allied plan was to cross the Rhine in a surprise operation. However, to ensure success, they needed to divert German attention and resources away from the actual crossing points. This is where the Ghost Army's expertise came into play. In a masterful display of deception, the Ghost Army impersonated two large divisions, approximately 30,000 men, near the town of Viersen, Germany. They set up more than 600 inflatable tanks, artillery pieces, trucks, and other equipment, creating the appearance of a massive force preparing for a major river crossing. The operation involved not just visual, but also sonic deception. The Ghost Army used powerful speakers to simulate the sounds of a large army preparing for action. The construction of bridges, movement of vehicles, and even the mundane sounds of soldiers in a bustling camp. These sounds were so realistic that they could be heard several miles away, further convincing the Germans of the imminent threat. Radio deception also played a crucial role in Operation Viersen. The Ghost Army's radio operators broadcasted fake radio traffic, mimicking the communication styles of the impersonated divisions. They sent deceptive messages detailing troop movements and logistics, successfully convincing German intelligence that a significant force was amassing near Viersen. The impact of Operation Viersen was substantial. This misallocation of German defenses played directly into Allied hands. The actual Allied crossing of the Rhine, which took place miles away from Viersen, encountered less resistance than expected, a direct result of the Ghost Army's successful deception. The operation was a crucial factor in enabling the Allies to cross the Rhine with minimal casualties and gain a strategic foothold in Germany. Operation Viersen highlights the Ghost Army's ability to conduct complex and high-stakes military deceptions. It exemplifies the unit's skill in using art and illusion as powerful tools of warfare, contributing significantly to the Allied victory in Europe. This operation remains a striking example of how creativity and innovation can decisively influence the outcome of military engagements. In the Ghost Army, an assemblage of artists, architects, and engineers, daily life was a far cry from the typical soldier's experience. These unconventional warriors honed their unique craft, the art of military deception, rather than traditional combat skills. Their routine involved creating and deploying inflatable tanks, artillery, and vehicles designed to deceive enemy reconnaissance from a distance. These mock-ups, crafted with meticulous attention to detail, were central to their deceptive strategies. The artists in the unit applied their skills to ensure the inflatables were convincingly realistic, blending artistry with military necessity. Sound deception also played a crucial role in their operations. Using cutting-edge recording technology, the soldiers replicated and amplified sounds of fictitious troop movements and construction activities. These sonic illusions were crafted to be indistinguishable from the real sounds of war, adding another layer to their deception tactics. Radio operators within the unit practiced and perfected the art of mimicking the communication styles of different military units. Their fake radio transmissions were key in creating a facade of Allied forces' activities, further confusing the enemy. Life in the Ghost Army was not without risk. Operating near enemy lines meant constant danger, necessitating a high level of secrecy and caution. Despite this, the unit fostered a strong sense of camaraderie, united by their unique mission. The soldiers often engaged in creative pursuits in their downtime, finding solace in their artistic backgrounds amidst the backdrop of war. This blend of creativity and military strategy created a unique environment in the Ghost Army, where saving lives through art and deception was the paramount objective. Their story is a testament to the unconventional but crucial role they played in the Allied victory. The operations of the Ghost Army, pivotal during the war, remained shrouded in secrecy for decades after WWII. This veil of secrecy was maintained to protect the methods and technologies used, which were considered valuable for future military strategies. The soldiers themselves were sworn to secrecy, a vow that many upheld long after the war ended. It wasn't until 1996, over 50 years later, that the Ghost Army's story was declassified and came into the public eye. This revelation astounded the world, unveiling a chapter of war history where creativity and deception played a crucial role in military success. The unit's innovative tactics and the sacrifices of its members gained widespread recognition. This newfound recognition culminated in 2013 with a PBS documentary titled The Ghost Army, which brought their extraordinary story to a broader audience. In February 2022, the Ghost Army was awarded the Congressional Gold Medal, acknowledging their unique and highly distinguished service. This recognition served as a long overdue acknowledgement of their ingenious contribution to the Allied victory in WWII. The Ghost Army's story is a remarkable testament to the power of creativity and strategy in warfare. Their ingenious use of art and illusion saved countless lives and played a pivotal role in the Allied victory. This extraordinary tale challenges our traditional understanding of warfare, showing how brains and art can be as effective as brawn and bullets. What other unconventional tactics have you heard of that changed the course of history? Share in the comments below.